Welcome back to Houston Life. The Tony Award-winning musical Forbidden Broadway, Merrily, We Stole a Song, hits the Hobby Center stage tonight.
The show is a hilarious musical spoof about Broadway's biggest shows and brightest stars. And one of the stars of Forbidden Broadway, the very talented and very busy Jenny Lee Stern, stars playing a bunch of different characters. Jenny is joining us now in studio. Okay, so for people who haven't seen the show, fair to say it's irreverent. Critics have called it devastatingly funny, musical larceny.
Oh gosh, okay. I like to describe it to the civilians, right, as Saturday Night Live of Broadway. So we take what's currently relevant on Broadway and we're spoofing and doing parodies of some of your favorite songs. And then we're also throwing it back to the greats and, you know, sending them up as well. So Bernadette Peters, Patti LuPone, Angela Lansbury, et cetera, et cetera. So
can you explain to the people of Houston, Houstonians, our viewers, how big of a deal that this is here? And I mean, featuring you, who has this musical range and the chops to just really blow the roof off of this place.
Well,
brag about yourself, please.
No.
Please.
But I don't know that I can do that. But it's an amazing show for anyone that loves Broadway, that loves comedy, that loves, you know, just a fast-paced show. It can definitely be for that really Broadway niche connoisseur, heady intellectual, or it can be for your 14-year-old who is into Broadway and follows all the TikToks, or you can drag your person who is not a Broadway fan and they're gonna get a great comedy show. Sort of, even if you don't get the really inside baseball jokes, you're gonna have a great time.
And the proof of, sorry to jump in,
Yeah.
the proof is how long this show has been running, because originally it started in the early 80s, is that right?
It sure did. And so, yeah, almost 40 years of Forbidden Broadway, sort of continuously running in New York season after season, spoofing everything, you know, from Hello Dolly to Jersey Boys to Wicked to Six, you know, things that are Dear Evan Hansen, like, you know, moving through and evolving as Broadway evolves has been really cool. But I mean, back in the day when it was at Paulson's in New York, limos would pull up because it would be like an 11:30 show. So everybody from all the Broadway shows would come to see what they were doing. And I mean, Carol Channing would be there and all the people would be there. Like they, just the lore of hearing all these stories about looking into the audience. I mean, I looked into the audience once. Stephen Sondheim, Carol Burnett, Andrew Lloyd Webber. I was like, usually we're told ahead of time, but I remember once I was like, is that Lord Webber? like Andrew Lloyd Webber just like sitting at a cocktail table? Like, what's happening?
Legendary.
Beyond. So, yeah, I mean, and I think for sure Sondheim had a great, I mean, God rest his soul, he had a great relationship with Forbidden Broadway and our creator, Gerard Alessandrini. And would often leave him voicemails about what he had just seen, or, you know, Gerard would run things by him, like, is this too mean or whatever? And he was always so encouraging. And we actually did last summer an all Forbidden Sondheim as like a tribute to him after he passed. So we took a lot of things, because this is Merrily We Stole a Song, which is obviously a spoof on Merrily We Roll Along,
right,
with Daniel Radcliffe. And so we take a lot of that stuff from Forbidden Sondheim and kind of incorporate it into this new version.
Can you imagine having all those legends in the audience watching you? First of all, a lot of pressure. What a huge compliment. And Tessa just mentioned range. There's a lot of talent out there, but for you to be able to play a role like Patti LuPone, Bernadette Peters, Angela Lansbury, each of those actresses have very different styles, the body language, the tone of voice. That speaks to your range as a performer.
You. And then also, no spoilers, but beyond those three that I play, I also play a 12-year-old boy, a 20-year-old gang member, so it's even beyond, right? Annie, and it's such a great exercise, you know. It's a great way to like use all the tools in my box, so to speak, and it's just been such a great blessing. I mean, it is certainly a workout, vocally, physically, mentally. When we're not on stage, we're furiously changing wigs, costumes, shoes, sometimes makeup to sort of enhance the impressions. And
do you have a favorite? Do you have a favorite out of all of those characters that you play?
Okay. I mean, it does change. I mean, I love doing Patty. It's just, it sits right for me and it hits right for me. But I love doing a lot of the sort of smaller characters. There's a Back to the Future parody where I make a little cameo, no spoilers. I like doing that character. We do an Outsiders parody. That's a real fun one. And it's also fun. I mean, it's wonderful, obviously, to stand in the spotlight and have, do the big Patty number, the big Bernadette number, or whatever. But being able to collaborate with the 3 other actors is like one of the most fun parts about doing this kind of comedy.
It's all fun. The show seems just all fun because we love Broadway. I mean, Broadway is iconic, right? But for someone to kind of irreverently say, well, this is kind of the vibe it's giving. It's so
well, and also just to be like, look, are we taking ourselves this seriously?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong. Art is important, and music and musical comedy and Broadway is important, and especially in the last season, we've seen a lot of shows like change a lot of people's minds about a lot of different things. Suffs was great, and Push the Envelope, and a lot of other shows, and so we obviously honor the weight that art can have upon a culture, but at the same time,
it's good to laugh at
we're
ourselves.
singing, dancing, and making funny faces, honey. All right?
Yeah.
We're performing.
We're not saving the world directly, let's say.
This is a great tease. I mean, I cannot wait to see the show. Jenny Lee Stern, again, she plays all the characters and has an incredible ensemble she's working with. You can get your tickets for Forbidden Broadway at the Hobby Center through Saturday. You can find the link on our website, HoustonLife.tv. Jenny, it was so nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you guys too.
Thanks
so
for stopping by.
much.
We'll see you on the stage.
Love it.
Don't go anywhere. Houston Life will be right back.